independent short. Mateo literally sitting on the moon. Ramon Urias playing second base.
It was fun going to games again. It was fun feeling the energy of the yard. And I'm ready for the next step.
They're all exciting pieces. And, I mean, you could look at a lot of lineups this year and you could really feel good about the game. And I don't think we could say that for the last few years.
Welcome.
He was ready.
To a special walk-off Orioles win edition episode of the Talking Birdie podcast. This is episode number 65. How we doing, boys?
Doing good. Back in PA after a little visit last weekend. It was nice. I got to see, as I told you earlier, the setup behind you, so now I know what I'm looking at a little bit more.
Indeed.
But, drive back was good. What time we get back, Sarah? Like 2 a.m., 3 a.m.? 4 a.m.
3:49 a.m. was when I got the text.
That is exactly when the text came through.
And actually, so I saw the text that said "We have arrived," and you sent me the exact same text when you guys arrived to pick me up to go to the game. So I thought it was the same one and forgot that we had texted in between. And then I didn't even bother clicking on it, but then. Like later in the day, I checked. I was like, "Oh shit, that came in at 3:49 a.m." You had a rough night, huh?
Well, luckily, if something went wrong during the drive and I said we have arrived, or I wouldn't have said we have arrived, so you would have noticed them.
Yeah, that's true.
Very true.
Yeah, we took some BP. Brad broke his pinky.
Yeah, good times on that. But. Let it be known, I did still take about 50 swings after breaking my pinky. So, you know.
Honestly impressive. That's your MJ flu game.
It wasn't even that bad, and then it just got worse like a day later. It's like it was a delayed break of the pinky.
A stress fracture.
It must have broken overnight in my sleep. And unrelated to the incident of me going to the ground and my pinky bending backwards. So
were you dreaming about the play in your head and then you were in your sleep and just fake broke your pinky?
yeah. I actually grabbed my pinky thinking about it. It's like I just bent it back and cracked.
Right.
Yeah, so
we all do that. It happens to the best.
Exactly. So that's what we're dealing with right now. So
all right.
Yep.
Rin.
Yep.
Yes.
How we doing?
Wish I was asleep right now, but otherwise good, I guess.
Okay. You want to talk about maybe you went to a game Tuesday?
I did go to a game Tuesday, and it might be the best regular. No, it's not. I can't even say that.
It was a good one to be at, though.
It's up there with the best regular season O's games I've ever been to.
What would you say is the best one?
I was there when they won the division against the Blue Jays in 2014.
That's hard to beat.
Yeah.
And to clarify, Tuesday night was obviously Mountcastle's 9 RBI night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. My buddy Nolan, he grabbed 2 bleacher seats and asked me if I wanted to go. So we went out there, and man, the $10 bleacher seats for Monday through Thursday games are a smash success. That section of the stands is always full.
Really?
Yeah, it was packed. It was packed out over there. Nolan bought seats 2 and 3 on the row. So I was he was you sit in 3 and then I'll sit in 1. So I have a little bit of space. Some guy shows up midway through the first inning. He's like, "Yeah, I've got 1." Just a guy by himself that bought that end seat. So I had to move down and get crammed between Nolan and this guy. And then about 2 innings in, I was like, "Hey, you trying to move?" So we did, and we went over to, I think it was actually section 67 or something. It was one of those triangular shaped sections down the left field line, by the right by the foul pole.
Yeah.
And that section was almost empty. So we just kind of walked into it and sat down, had those seats the rest of the night. And it was very nice of Ryan Mountcastle to make us all forget about how much we want Austin Voth to die because that was one of the more pathetic pitching performances I've ever seen.
Tied with every pitching performance he's had this year, pretty much.
Yeah,
He's made some bad calls this year with like decisions in games. I think when we were up today, it was today or yesterday. It was today. Voth in with like a 1-run lead in like the 4th inning. What are you doing?
But the problem is who in the 4th inning when Irvin's not getting people out, not getting you, and his pitch count's up. I mean, who else do you go to?
It's not both.
But who?
Yeah.
I would trust Bauman more than both.
Voth. Go ahead.
Bowman, sure. I mean, that's fine. That's a valid point, I suppose. Yes, I'll give you that. Go ahead, Brad.
I think Aiken's been better too than him.
Both accomplished something rare last year. He was a typical dog shit waiver claim that I shit on, and he was probably the only guy that I can remember saying, you know what, maybe I was wrong about this guy.
Yeah,
he was so good for a couple months, and I was like, you know what, he's making me eat my words. Good for him. Austin Voth looks like he's really good. Well, it turns out he looks like he's back to his dog shit ways. So,
dude, I
never should have apologized to him.
He's the one that started that game, the game 1 of the 2 games that I went to in Tampa. And I'm pretty sure he's no-hitting the Rays through like 5 innings.
He was really.
I would like to check. Josh, does Baseball Reference have game logs?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I'll find it.
You don't even know what day it was.
I don't care. I need to find an impressive start against the Rays for Austin Voth.
It's in August of 21.
22.
Thank you. I'm stupid.
I'm going to see if I can beat you to it, actually.
Much doubt because I'm a Baseball Reference connoisseur.
He is.
Well, I found it, and then I just clicked on it. It took me somewhere else. Fuck.
10-3 win for the Orioles. He pitched 5.1 innings, 2 earned runs, but box score may tell a different story.
Still a good start.
Yeah.
5.1.
They had no runs until the 6th inning. So
Orioles had 19 hits that night. Holy shit.
Dude, Mateo went like 4 for 5 or 4 for
5 for 5.
That was a game where Adley hit the catwalk.
Yes, it was. Mullins also hit the same catwalk.
And of course, even in a game where we smoked the Rays, Arozarena still homered to left.
Yep.
I think a sad game is when Mountcastle goes 0 for 5, but he didn't even strike out. He just had probably 5 weak flyouts or something.
Mountcastle is still 200-1 odds to win AL MVP. So I decided every time he hits a bomb, I'm going to throw $1 on him to win AL MVP.
Our guy is
at 200-1 odds
first in the major leagues for home runs. That is insane. And Ryan can never complain again about not seeing Mountcastle do well in games that he's had.
Okay. Don't act like I was making shit up because
I know, but you saw literally the best offensive performance live by that player ever.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
It
was insanity.
Not that it matters at this point, but just for fun conversation. Through 13 games, who would your Orioles MVP be?
It's got to be Adley, right?
It's Adley.
Yeah,
it's still Adley. But Mountcastle is giving him a run for his money. And honestly, Hayes kind of is too.
Mountcastle is producing with Adley. The only thing that gives Adley the edge is the fact that he's also like the best, like a top 3 defensive catcher in baseball.
Well, Mountcastle is also like having issues with strikeouts a lot too, because I think he's top 15 in baseball in strikeouts. That was as of yesterday. I don't know if that's still the case, but he's mashing on top of it, so you don't really pay that much attention to it. But when he's not mashing on top of it, it's not good.
He's always gonna have a strikeout problem.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, at this point in this day and age in baseball, I care just as much about strikeouts as I do about defense. So,
yep.
Yeah, it's kind of just an accepted thing now.
Yeah.
As long as
if you mash though, if you don't mash, then it's still very much a problem.
At Jorge Mateo.
But then it's just your numbers are just bad. It's not really because of the strike. I mean, your strikeouts might be contributing to it, but
yeah.
It's not really the strikeouts that I get upset with. It's just that you're overall dog shit.
Yeah. So speaking of Adley,
Mateo led to the, helped us achieve the walk-off today, but he took one of the most pathetic plate appearances in that bottom of the 8th inning.
What was it? It was 3-2 and he struck out, right? with like, was it second and third and he struck out, or first and second?
Second and third, and no, he popped out. He popped out, but he worked the count either 3-0 or 3-1. It got to 3-2. He fouled one off that was almost caught by Jace Peterson, but it hit like he fell into the tarp or something. And then he popped out to the third baseman, when he caught it, he was basically standing like at the base.
Okay.
And but both of the pitches that he popped up, like
head high, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were not even close. They're ball four. Ball four. The bases are loaded, and Seti's coming up, and nobody's out.
What'd you think of that send from third with Bobber?
You have to do it.
That's what I said too.
I don't have a problem with it.
I don't either. It's Laureano. He had to make a perfect throw, and he has a great arm. But I mean, either way, he still has to make that throw right where it was, and Bobber was just a dead duck.
Yeah, he's still probably we're probably safe on that because the ball's up the line maybe 50% of the time, whereas the next batter, there's less than a 50% chance he's going to drive him in. You know what I mean?
I mean, you're bottom of the eighth. Second and third, you had one out. You're going to take that every single time. You can win the game right there. Felix goes out and does what he does, and that's the game. But it didn't work.
I would agree. I think we had a better chance of scoring on that than relying on Cedric getting a hit, and not knocking on Cedric, even though he's not hitting great right now. That would really go for almost anybody in the major leagues.
Well, that was Cedric's hit, so you would have been relying on
Adley.
It's Adley who let off and hit a home run.
Oh, right.
You can't really knock Adley.
Still.
You're more likely to not get a hit than you are to get a hit, no matter who you're talking about.
Exactly.
Yep.
Except for
the argument.
Unless you believe Luis Arias is going to hit over 500 for the entire season.
Is the Rise sitting at 500 right now?
Yes.
He is insane right now for the Marlins.
He is also
the other night.
He is also 200 to 1 odds for NL MVP. So we're gonna play that a little bit too. So
that's a good play. I mean, he's literally hitting 500 and he's played like every game.
That's insane.
I mean, I knew he was like a good bat to ball guy, but I didn't know he's that good.
I mean, he's not that good.
No, he's not that good. No.
Nobody.
I hear you.
But could he hit 370, 380?
It's not out of the question.
It's not. Wasn't he AL batting champ last year?
Yes, I believe so.
Right.
I'm looking at the 2023 Orioles WAR leaders. Hayes was third as of yesterday. He's not even in the top 12 anymore.
Wait. Oh, he was third in MLB
on the team, and now he's not top 12 on the team.
Really?
He went from 0.4 or 0.5 to 0 overnight, basically. I don't know what happened.
How? He has over a 1,000 OPS still, doesn't he?
He's under 1,000 as of before today's game. I don't know what it is now.
I'm looking it up.
He had 3 more hits today, so he might have got it back over that.
Okay. But right now it's Adley at 0.8, Mateo 0.8, Mountcastle 0.7. It's your top 3.
It's over 1,000.
Mateo has not given me much to complain about this year. I can't say much.
1.018. Well, you just complained about it.
I did, to be fair.
Traditionally,
it was
he had a bad at bat. We can call out bad at bat.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
I know. But how about the Adley walk-off to save us all today? Were you guys watching live?
I sure was. And I was disappointed, man. I was ready to watch more baseball, wanted to go to extra innings, and he just had to ruin my fun,
Ended it real quick. The only feeling I can think that was behind that swing was we're so much better than this team. This is a stupid and bad game, and I just want it to be over. And then he just hit it 400 feet.
Yeah.
I'll take 3 out of 4 against anybody, but if we had a split with Oakland at home after taking the first 2, that honestly probably would have changed my perspective on this team, maybe more than it should for April. But you got to take advantage of those bad teams, and we did 3 out of 4. You can't complain about that against anyone.
Yeah, the Rays are 13-0 now, 14-0. Ties the all-time record. They have faced all terrible teams so far, but that's what the best teams do. Is
a 4-game sweep at Boston. I don't think Boston's terrible. I don't think they're great, but I don't think they're terrible.
They shouldn't be swept probably like that. But yeah, that's what the good teams do is they beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. It's what we need to be good at this year. It's the only way you're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
True story.
So true. All right.
This team is still way ahead of where we were in this time in 2022.
Yeah, I mean, through May, this team did not look good. Like no one thought anything like that was going to happen. But the problem is that we lost the season in April and May.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were punting on the first 2 months last year, so we had Chris Owings playing like 3 days a week.
Which is 3 days too many.
I tried to not think about that, but
when you wake up screaming in the middle of the night tonight, you're welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So, thoughts on Yankees series? I think we lost 2 out of the 3. We went to one of the games.
Yeah,
I don't
probably
really
the worst one of the.
Yeah.
It was a terrible game. It was a terrible game to attend. It was a terrible game all around. I wish Yankees fans would simply die and stop coming to my park because they're the worst people on the face of the earth.
The amount of Yankees jerseys with names on the back, like Ruth 3, Torres 26. How many of those did we see?
So many.
Okay, what percentage of those are bandwagoners from Baltimore and what percentage actually come down from New York?
Like,
it's so many are just bandwagoners from Baltimore, dude. I mean,
I'd say 1% actually comes from.
You think that many people?
It's a little higher than that, but
I think that many people are coming down to Baltimore in April. I don't.
Maybe for opening day, but at the game we went to, no, it's like less than 5%, probably closer to 1%.
Yeah, it's not. It's a very, very small amount of people.
I would guess a little higher than 5%, but yeah, it's probably a little bit more bandwagons.
There were just so many bandwagoners that it's hard to justify a high percentage of them actually driving there.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I mean, you can go to an Orioles away game and see it. Not as many as there were Yankees fans, but a decent amount of Orioles fans at away games. So,
yeah, but I'm an Orioles fan who lives in Pennsylvania. So
that's true. You're an Orioles fan.
People like me out there. There's a couple. Yeah, they're actually very active on my Twitter. At least they'll like comment like, "Hey, I'm also not in Baltimore or from Baltimore at all, but I like the Orioles."
Well, I would still say it probably
fucking
like
posers.
Probably like 95% of Orioles fans are probably from Baltimore, though. Baltimore,
for the most part. Yeah. We don't have like the branding.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, the Orioles are not a bandwagonable team.
No, haven't been for.
Speaking of the Yankees, though, they're currently getting their asses kicked 11-1 by the Twins in the top of the 5th.
Twins put up 9 in the first.
That's nice. It's very
beautiful.
Nice.
It's so good. It's so good. Tigers are currently beating the Blue Jays, which is a good thing.
They'll lose. Tigers suck. Baez got benched.
Yeah.
Hinch basically got on TV
sign him.
Like, pooping on their entire roster. He's like, these guys are better than this. I know they're better than this, but they're acting like they don't know very fundamental baseball things. Because they were like, I think they got out twice yesterday on, they forgot how many outs there were, so they just ran. They thought it was 2 outs, and they got tagged. They got doubled off at their base. And then Baez got benched tonight after doing the same thing. After his first extra base hit of the entire season.
Carlos Correa hit a bomb for the Twins tonight, bringing his OPS up to 661.
Hey, man, I don't envy anyone playing baseball in Minnesota in April. It's gotta be awful.
I envy him. He makes like $500 million.
I just said someone playing baseball in Minnesota. That could be high schoolers. That could be college guys. You know, cover all my bounds. It still sounds awful. But, guys, we already talked about the Mountcastle 9 RBI night. So all the positive stuff is pretty much out of the way after the walk-off. The pitching staff, though.
Yeah, I'm worried.
I'm a little worried. I know it's early, and you don't need to be worried this early, but, like, no one has been good.
No, I know they're not.
Kyle Gibson.
Felix. And
Kyle Gibson has been really good.
Kyle Gibson has been really good. But Irvin was supposed to be like our, you could lean on him for eating innings, and he hasn't gotten out of the fourth inning yet, or fifth inning.
Yep.
I don't know. They call it, as of right before we recorded, Keegan Aiken went on paternity leave. Cole Irvin got optioned to AAA. Watkins up. Yenny Aikeno up as well. So we're first to know. First podcast probably recording when that happened. Because it's very monumental to the roster, as we all know.
Big moves.
Are you not worried because it's
How long do you
early,
think-
Brian,
how-
or are you just like...
Yeah, it's just I'm not worried because it's early. These guys they're good. They're not aces, I know, but they're good. They're good pitchers, and it's early. Things are weird. The weather's fluctuating a lot depending on where they're playing. Last was it 2 weeks ago they played in 30-some degree weather in Boston. Now today it was 90 in Baltimore. Like, the weather's really weird this time of year, and that has a lot to do with it. And I think guys are still getting ramped up. I don't think it's possible to get fully in the swing of things for the season when you're in spring training. I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
Well, all right.
I don't think I'm overly worried. It's just that there hasn't been a lot of encouraging signs that would be better than this. But you are right. There's a lot of factors.
Grayson looked
this
good
time
on
of year.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
He looked like a young pitcher, but he looked good.
Yeah.
He got an insane amount of swings and misses.
Yeah. I've noticed his put away pitch hasn't been really there for him so far. It's gonna come, obviously, but he's had a lot of 2-out walks or leadoff walks as well, but he can't get past that second strike on some of those guys.
Yep, and that's
Jace Peterson was knocking
just
him.
being young, man.
Right.
Yep.
It's our
it's just being young,
our main
figuring
stance
it
for young
out in the
pitchers.
big leagues.
I mean, I think Irvin will probably get it together a little bit, but is he going to be as good as he was last year? I don't know. I could say the same thing about Kramer. On the flip side, I don't think Kyle Gibson's going to finish with a 3.44 ERA either. So, but maybe he could be around 4. I mean, that would be fine, I guess.
Yeah, the point of Irvin is to basically fill the role of Lyles last year, but Lyles was our one starter, and if Irvin can be like the 3 or 4 version of that, that's how much better the rotation should look.
Well, I kind of thought of Gibson as the slight upgrade over Lyles.
Well, they added
and
2
Irvin.
pitchers as opposed to none, or 1, I guess. But yeah, bullpen's been
But
shit.
yeah, I still am not quite.
I think that bullpen ERA is really weighted down by Austin Voth, because I don't think anybody else has been nearly as bad as him.
I think Ryan Blake tweeted it today, but Austin Voth has given up 50% of his home runs in an Orioles uniform and 8% of the innings. Like, that's nuts.
Yep.
Yeah, that can't stay.
Mike Baumann has looked all right.
Yeah,
I don't think he's gotten touched
he hasn't
up
been
at all.
touched up too much. No.
Felix has looked amazing his last couple outings. Just entirely unhittable.
Today he was insanely dominant.
Yeah, he was.
He was like an 8-pitch
What
inning
else
or
we
something.
got? Aiken's been fine. He's been all right.
Coulombe's looking like a good pickup now.
Coulombe, if you just looked at Coulombe's Baseball Savant page, you would think he is the best pitcher in baseball.
He's pitching like it, man. Bauman 1.35 ERA right now.
They were interviewing Coulombe on TV yesterday. He said something about how he was at a showcase sandwiched in between 2 guys throwing 97, and he was topping out at 83, like when he was in college or something.
I love it.
And I guess he figured it out.
Coulombe is in the 90th percentile or higher in every category on Savant but 2.
Wow, that's insane.
He is, and then the 2 that he's not, he's 81st percentile in barrel percentage and 71st percentile in chase rate. His entire thing is red.
That's insane.
His
just
average
some
exit
random.
velo is. It's just some random 33-year-old guy that got taken in the 25th round. by the Dodgers in 2012. Just some dude.
Some guy. Because like last
Yep.
year, he wasn't that good. I mean, he made 10 appearances, 1.46 ERA. The year before that, 3.67 over 34 innings. I mean,
His career ERA is 3.81.
yeah.
1.29 WHIP over 9 seasons. It's nothing bad. I mean,
No.
he'll take it, and
Random guy.
He's been some much needed stability back there. Like, it's funny. It's like the way relievers are so funny because like the way your attitude about certain relievers changes like weekly almost. Yeah, exactly. And it's like right now, like I like other than like Felix, I like breathe a sigh of relief when I see Danny Coulomb warming up. Like
I'm
literally, I saw Coulomb in the bullpen when Voth was getting touched up, and I was like, oh, it's fine. Danny Coulomb will save us. Like, who would ever think that?
That's
I'm still ready to get Dylan Tate and
oh yeah,
Mike
100%.
Gibbons back.
100%, man. They'll be such a breath of fresh air for this bullpen for sure.
John Means as well.
Mm-hmm.
The rotation.
Forgetting about him.
He's still months away though, right?
Yeah.
We just forget about him because he made like an inning of 2022 or like a start in an inning or something like that, and he was injured for most of the end of 21. So like we haven't seen John Means in like a year and 7 months.
Well, my thoughts on John Means were how good is he going to be coming off of? Wait, what surgery? He didn't have Tommy
TJ,
John.
yeah.
He did have Tommy John.
Mm-hmm.
And is he 30 yet?
I think he's 30 this year.
Okay, yeah.
He could be age 29 season, but I think that was last year.
Clearly, as of right now, it looks like they'll be able to make room for him somehow. But
I don't know, man. Justin Verlander had TJ last year before his Cy Young season, and he's like 39 years old. So you have no idea how it's going to be at the end of it.
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying
Right.
at this point, I was questioning, is there going to be a spot for John Means? But now it's kind of looking like yes.
Yeah, we couldn't figure out who was going to be or how we were going to fit certain guys into the rotation before the season started, and now it's like, well, no one's really safe besides like Gibson.
This is why projecting rotations is dumb, and we should never do it.
We got to talk about
predict like
because it's 2 weeks. Because it's 2 weeks into the year, and we're already like
wrong.
Yeah. I mean, we've already demoted one of the guys that we all locked in as our number 2 starter. Kramer looks like he's pitching his way right into the same fate. So you end up with
time, baby.
Jesus Christ.
Deal Hall by June.
Drew Rom by next week.
Yeah, I mean, then how do you make the room for those guys? Because then you got Gibson,
Kramer,
Rodriguez. No, you get okay, but you get rid of Kramer, you get rid of Irvin. You've got Gibson, you've got Rodriguez, Bradish, Wells. Who am I missing? Why? He's a great starting pitcher. Why?
I'm just saying, if you wanted to fit DL up there or Rom up there, like for spot starts, Wells will work in the bullpen.
Okay. Who's the last guy? Who am I missing? Who's the fifth in the rotation?
I don't remember who you named, so I can't say.
Gibson, Rodriguez, Bradish.
I mean, it was Irvin,
Wells, Irvin, Kramer, and then Irvin's
main ones.
out.
Yeah. So Irvin gone, Bradish gone.
Bradish gone.
He's on the IL right now.
Yeah, but he's coming right back into the rotation when
he's making a rehab start tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Is he in Aberdeen?
Bowie.
Nice.
Go Bay
As soon as he finishes that, he's back. So you drop him in there, and then Means whenever. That's not a problem we have to worry about right now.
No, not really. I think tomorrow they can start calling people up for the heck of it. Like they don't have to have a reason.
Okay,
the new CBA. So the new
explain
CBA, new CBA said, I think for the first 2 weeks of the season, you can't make options unless it's like an IL related thing, or like you can DFA people still, but you can't just call up and demote people just for performance purposes, like someone has to be injured or you are making a spot by DFAing. That's why Ben Boom got DFA'd. He's probably out of options anyway, but like they could make that move legally, I guess. But yeah, I guess new CBA allows for that.
So that's kind of cool. So Jordan Westbrook's going to be up tomorrow. Wow.
You might see some call-ups tomorrow. I don't know how they're going to do it yet.
Breaking the news on Jordan Westbrook. How about that?
Who goes down? Vav or McKenna? Who knows?
No, we're DFAing Adam Frazier.
Yeah, I'll wait on that. I think are we good on MLB stuff? I mean, we've covered the series. I mean, I'd kind of rather forget that Oakland series besides the Adley walk-off and Mont 9 RBIs, but
Game 1 was good.
Game 1 was good, but we gave up way too many runs to specifically Brent Rooker.
Shit happens, man. Shit happens.
Yep. All right, Brad, you want to take
Baseball.
us?
Weird fucking shit happens all the time.
Yep.
All right. Well, okay. Here we go. I'll just go with like the guys who started out hot at every level. So Jackson Holiday, boom, he's got a 1.1 OPS so far. Samuel Basayo, I think I'm saying that right.
Yep.
He's the other guy that's been killing it. He's got an OPS of around 1,000. And then surprisingly, down in Delmarva, the other guy that's been really killing it, Creed Willems, after having a shitty year last year. So we'll see if he can keep that up. He's got the highest OPS on the team at 1.4. Pitching wise, I don't really think there's anybody I care to hit on that as of right now. So head on up to Aberdeen. See what we got going on here. There's nobody that's really tearing the cover off the ball at Aberdeen. Obviously, that's a tough place to hit. Dylan Beavers and Judd Fabian both have OPS around 740 or so. Luis Valdez, my guy, he's not hitting that great, but he's still in bases, so we'll see him up here soon, I'm sure.
That's a guarantee.
Gene Pinto, through 2 starts, has a 1.93 ERA, and he's putting up Ks. And I think he's only got 3 walks through 2 games, so that's encouraging because that was kind of the biggest knock on him last year. We got going on at Bowie. Heston Kjerstad off to a great start here. He just hit another bomb like 2 minutes ago, actually. So,
oh, really?
That brings his OPS up to 1.1. Other guy killing it there is Cesar Prieto. His OPS is over 1,000 still, batting 400. Kobe Mayo's doing okay. He's got like a 750 OPS and a couple bombs. So that's the other key name to watch out for. And then lastly, Norfolk. Okay. We got Norby with like a 900 OPS. Lewin Diaz is killing it, but all the journeyman first basemen that we saw this offseason were like the top 3 hitters on the team at Norfolk, off to an early hot start with like OPS is around 1,000, like Diaz, O'Hearn, who just got called up today, and Lester. And then you got Hudson Haskin, who's hovering close to 1,000, Jordan Westberg in the mid 800s. So all in all, some guys doing not bad, still pretty small sample sizes. Cowser, he's struggling a little bit right now. His OPS is only 564, but it was 300 like 2 days ago. So hopefully that keeps going up. And
he had a triple last night.
Yeah. So hopefully that starts trending upwards. It looks like it's beginning to. And we'll see. Oh, wait. No, that's wrong. He's at 560. So cool. Yeah. That's pretty much the gist of it. Our boy Drew Rom got
our
that
guy.
2.4. Yeah. Front of the pod, 2.45 ERA through 2 starts. DL Hall, he's putting up big K numbers. He's got 12 through 7 innings, but his ERA is at like 4.91. So hopefully, that'll come down as the sample size grows. Noah Denoyer, 3.6, but he's only got 5 innings pitched. So, yeah, it's still small sample sizes, but noteworthy things to look at for who's off to a hot start there. So that's pretty much what we're working with right now.
Alrighty. Thank you, Brad.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, Brad.
Yep, I hope that was some riveting stuff for you.
Hell yeah!
So what do we got upcoming? I think they go to Chicago for the next series. I don't know what's after that.
It's a great
I want to say Detroit, but I'm not sure. So let's check. Chicago,
Go play the White Sox, and then they play Washington in DC.
Washington. How about that?
They
The
better
Walgreens.
sweep them.
It's MLB. You never know how things go game to game, but it would be great to take two.
They better sweep them.
We're a much better team. Yeah.
I fucking hate 2-game series because it's so. I mean, baseball is so random day to day. They could easily take one, and I would be very disappointed to only take 1 out of 2 from the Nationals.
Same.
But like, I never ask for a sweep in a 3-game series, but it's like a 2-game series. And I'm like,
Ryan, I was looking at guys who are like still really young that are rookies or they have rookie cards out already. And I was looking at CJ Abrams and I was like, I'm looking at guys who are on bad teams who will play every day. So they're not like fringe prospects who won't get a spot. But I was looking at CJ Abrams and I was like, ooh, he's going to be 22 this year. Like he's got a lot of potential from everything. And I looked at his numbers from last year. He got like 90 games of run. Not even a glimmer of anything positive.
No.
His like K to walk rates are what you would typically look at for investments like that. And his are just terrible.
Yeah, he's Jorge, but not as fast.
Yeah, basically.
who?
Yeah.
CJ Abrams on the Nationals. Yeah, he got 90 games last year between San Diego and Washington, 76 OPS plus, 5 walks to 50 strikeouts. Not good.
That's garbage.
Wait, what was his OPS?
His OPS plus was like 77. On base percentage 280, slug 324. So basically worse Jorge Mateo. Not as fast.
Yep.
That's better than Frazier since the Boston series. Just had to get that one in there.
You did, didn't you?
I sure did. 450 OPS since then.
All right. Any thoughts? Final thoughts? We can be done. It's been about 40-some minutes. So.
I'm good.
No, I'm good, man.
Oh. Wait, hold on.
What do you got?
We can't be done yet.
Oh, we got to
can't be
play
done
the
yet.
thing. Yeah.
A dong bong.
They did pull out some
Almost
good
forgot to play.
celebrations this week.
Almost forgot to play it. Yeah, we finally have some clarity on
Yes.
because ever since the opening series, I'd see them like get a single, walk back to dugout, and they're like doing this thing.
Well, I saw
I'm like,
McKenna
what
the
fuck
other
are they
day
doing?
after an Adley single, and it was just McKenna in the background going like this, and I was like, "What is that? Like Adley's 100th hit or something? Like, is it a special milestone ball?" And then the next hit, they were all doing that. It's like something's going on,
dude. And then the clip from the game on Tuesday that I was at is so freaking funny. Like it's just the camera, the way it cuts. It's like the camera's on Hayes, and he's like doing the sprinkler thing, and then it's like the 3 pitchers in the dugout just spraying water out of their mouths. It's so funny, dude.
Cole Irvin had a good quote. He was
I don't know when these guys got so fun, but they're so fun now.
It was before they actually revealed it, but he was like, "It feels like you're in SeaWorld." And I was like, "What does that mean?"
Did you guys notice when McKenna hit the double? I think last night he tried to do a sprinkler and they weren't ready.
No,
they were all just like staring at him, looking around for water.
I didn't see that. No one
do you think?
he was getting
Do you think
outside.
Do you think whenever there's a ball hit like to the outfield or like down the line or something, like as the batter that runs it is leaving the batter's box, do you think everybody's like scrambling to find water?
Probably
so
a couple of them, like the pitchers,
so that they can get ready for it? That'd be pretty funny to see as well.
Maybe like when the home team, when the Orioles bat, they like keep a cup of water on hand. That would make the most sense.
Yeah,
they're probably more alert when like the top of the oar's up.
That's probably true.
Probably. That's probably why they weren't ready for McKenna, because they were like, he's going to strike out.
Double down the line. He does his sprinkler. They're all just like,
don't know.
Oh, shit. We weren't ready,
watch
man.
that clip. That's hilarious. Man.
But yeah, we got the audio clip. We got the audio clip of Kyle Gibson. He's actually dispelling it being called a dong bong, but that's not how we worked it. So now it's just him saying
A dong bong.
I'm not calling it a homer hose, that's for sure. It's a dong bong.
no. It's a dong bong, yeah.
Dong bong.
I got almost 200 likes on a throwaway tweet about that too.
Those are the ones that do the best. It's the throwaways.
I know. It was the stupidest shit ever.
A buddy of mine texted me yesterday who's like a casual fan. Like he'll watch a game every now and then. He'll text me something. It's usually some super uneducated take, but because he didn't follow them at all when they were terrible. He just kind of hopped on the bandwagon last year when they started doing good. But he texted me yesterday. He's like, dude, what's in the Orioles homer hose? And I think it was like a serious question. So I just answered Johnny Walker Blue, and he never responded back. So I don't know if he believes it or not.
He's out there telling other people.
Yep.
Oh my God. There's a funny. My favorite comedian has a funny bit about something like that, where his dad told him that who was the actor? Tommy Lee Jones is gay. And then he was like, really? And he's like, and then I told everyone that I met that Tommy Lee Jones is gay. And then one day I said, you know Tommy Lee Jones is gay? And the guy was like, no, he isn't. He's like, and I was like, yeah, he is. And he said, no, he isn't. I know him. I've worked with him. I know his wife. He's not gay. So then I called my dad and I was like, Dad, I just got confirmation that Tommy Lee Jones isn't gay. And he goes, oh, I thought he was.
I could have swore. That's hilarious. That's a good bit. That was someone you worked with?
No, it's a comedian.
Oh, a comedian.
It's a comedian. This comedian has a bit about that.
Okay, that's a good bit. All right, send us out of here.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Just a reminder, we're going back to weekly episodes now. They should be back. We should be back maybe next Monday. We're kind of shifting our recording schedule a little
Sunday,
bit.
right?
Yeah, but the episode won't come out on
drop.
Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Fantasy next week.
Yeah, we'll do fantasy next week. We're gonna go to like a Sunday night recording schedule, just to accommodate. I'm playing softball now again as well. Brad's softball seasons are picking up, so he's gonna be on the field basically all the time. And Josh, you're playing
baseball.
You're playing adult league hardball, so everybody's kind of got some extracurriculars starting up here soon. So Sunday night works best for everyone. So you can kind of start expecting episodes to drop sometime on Monday.
Yep.
At
least we're all playing the game. We're not doing like lame extracurricular activities that would take away from the schedule.
I actually met my softball team yesterday. We had kind of a unofficial practice. And
how was that?
It was fun. Everyone seems cool, but I hurt myself.
I hurt myself at an unofficial practice too. So
yeah, you sure did. You sure did. I don't know what happened. I wanted to see because I hadn't thrown a softball in a really long time. Obviously, I threw the baseball with you, Josh, and I know I can throw a baseball, but I was like, we want to have somebody at third base that we know for sure can make that throw. So I was like, maybe I could be a third baseman. I have a decently strong arm. Maybe I can do it. So I was having Jake throw me grounders, and then I was just kind of ripping him across the diamond, and I planted. I fell forward. I planted my throwing leg, my left leg, and when I followed through, I felt something tweak in the back of my hamstring, and it just hurt the rest of the time.
Oh man,
I couldn't plant my foot when I was batting because as soon as I put weight onto it, it just hurt.
So are your third base hopes dashed?
For now, yeah, for sure.
For now,
yeah, I'm gonna play first and pitch probably.
Okay. All right. Brad told me that I pitched pretty well for softball.
You did.
Soft toss BP, and I rode that high for a little bit.
Yeah,
you
did
did.
Good.
Yeah. Being told by Brad.
Yeah, they were mostly strikes. There's only a couple of them that I really wouldn't have swung at in the game. So
means a lot.
Not bad. So that's your future once you give up on this baseball thing.
Yeah. When I'm playing in the church league circuits when I'm 70, I know I can still pump them in there.
Well, you're not supposed to pump them in there. It's slow pitch softball, but
pump them in there the way you can, the way you only can in softball. You hear me? All right,
boys. Well, thanks everybody for listening. We're gonna get out of here, and we'll catch you again next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.